Two men were fishing on a foggy morning when their peaceful outing took a chilling turn. Out of nowhere, they heard frantic screams cutting through the mist, loud and desperate cries for help. Then, bam, a strange, sharp sound echoed across the lake. And just like that, silence. Commenters have debated what happened. Some say the noise sounded like a gunshot. Others think it may have been the impact of two boats colliding, with the screams serving as a last-second warning. With low visibility and reckless boaters already making the lake a known danger zone, the men tried to investigate, but the thick fog made it impossible to see a thing. To this day, no one knows what truly happened out there. So, what do you think you heard? While staying at their cozy cabin tucked away in the woods, a woman decided to snap some festive Christmas photos of their beloved dogs. But as she flipped through the pictures later that evening, one image made her heart drop. Behind one of the trees, partially hidden in the shadows, was a figure. Someone or something was watching. What's chilling is that no one recognized the person, and the cabin sits on a secluded island where any outsider would be nearly impossible to miss. Everyone swears they saw no one else that day. So, who or what was in that photo? Could it be the restless spirit of the cabin's previous owner, who died back in 2004? An Australian man and his friends were out adventuring along a remote river, just looking for a fun way to beat the heat. Spotting a sturdy tree, he tied a rope to a branch and got ready to swing into the inviting water below. Everything looked safe, until it wasn't.
Oh. Boy, do the water on that one.
The moment he leapt, the surface exploded. A massive crocodile burst out from beneath the water, jaws wide, snapping inches from his legs. Heart pounding, he thrashed back to shore in a full-blown panic, realizing just how close he'd come to a brutal end. Shaken but miraculously unharmed, he knew one thing for sure: it was time to call it a day. Before we jump into the next encounter, I just want to take a moment to thank and congratulate all of you. We're almost halfway to 10,000 subscribers. We're working harder than ever to bring you the scariest and most thrilling hiking encounters out there. Our goal? To take this channel to the top, and nothing's going to stop us. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and enjoy the rest of the show. And when we hit 10,000, a few lucky subscribers will get a surprise. Now, let's get back to the video. Early one morning at 6 a.m., a Reddit user set out for a peaceful kayak ride on Tull Lake in Minnesota. The water was glass still, the surroundings eerily quiet, and nothing seemed out of the ordinary. But later, while reviewing a photo they'd snapped near the tree line, they noticed something chilling. A strange, shadowy figure lurking just beneath the trees, partially submerged in the water. The image is grainy, making it hard to identify exactly what it is, but the user swears they were completely alone on the lake. Skeptics have chimed in, suggesting it might just be another kayaker or even a swimmer in a wetsuit, but something about it doesn't sit right. A Reddit user recently shared a spine-chilling memory from a lake trip with friends, one that took a terrifying turn years later.
I'm not, that was a lie. That's why I ended it instead of
Mir said, fuck that, I ain't getting off live.
Somebody need to know where we at.
In the original clip, you can hear someone nervously say, "Somebody needs to know where we at." At the time, it just felt like a typical cautious joke. But when the video resurfaced in his memories, he noticed something no one had picked up on before. A faint, eerie scream echoing from the distance. The creepy part? None of them had heard it in person that night.
I'm not. That was a lie. That's why I ended it instead of playing it.
The mirror said, fuck that, I ain't getting off live.
Somebody need to know where we at.
And it didn't sound like anyone they knew. What's more, they had all felt a weird, unsettling vibe at the lake that night, for no clear reason. Could that distant scream have been the reason why? Or was something else lurking in the dark, just out of sight? While ice fishing, this man witnessed something downright bizarre. A massive fish suddenly stood upright on the frozen lake, gasping for air like it was trying to walk. Some call it a freak of nature, while others half-jokingly wonder, is evolution hitting fast forward? Was it just a strange illusion? Or did he catch a glimpse of something truly unnatural? In 2003, two friends were relaxing in their remote cabin when one of them casually snapped a photo with a disposable camera. In one eerie shot, a skull-like image appeared on the screen of a TV that wasn't even plugged in. Shortly after, one of them deployed to Iraq, where he endured harrowing experiences and lost several close comrades but survived. Years later, they still wonder, was it just a creepy coincidence or a chilling premonition of the horrors that lay ahead? A young couple was exploring near a toxic lake when they spotted something unusual floating in the water. Curious and a little unsettled, they began filming. They uploaded the eerie footage online, not realizing the horrifying truth behind what they'd captured. Later, when they found out what the object was, the woman quickly deleted the video and opened up about the experience in a blog post. A year after their discovery, police confirmed the chilling truth that the floating object was a suitcase containing human remains. The couple's deleted video ended up being crucial in helping authorities locate the suitcase and recover it from the lake. The shocking find launched a full investigation, with their footage becoming a key piece of evidence. She was never told who the victim was, leaving behind a haunting mystery that still lingers. This user recently revisited a photo he snapped in Hawaii a year ago and noticed something chilling he hadn't seen before. In the water, just behind him, stands a mysterious girl, staring directly into the camera. At the time, he swears only one friend was with him, who is also clearly visible in the background. He doesn't remember anyone else being there. Maybe it's just a random swimmer, or maybe it's something more. The eerie part? That unsettling gaze, locked onto the lens, like she knew the photo would be seen again. What if his memory isn't failing him at all? Reddit user Alternative Pickle 3 caught something truly chilling on their cabin's security camera late one night around 11 p.m. In the bottom right corner of the screen, a shadowy figure suddenly appeared just outside the house. But here's where it gets downright eerie. The snow beneath where the figure stood was completely untouched. No footprints, no signs of movement. Then, just as the camera's night vision kicked in, the figure vanished without a trace. This person shared a bone-chilling Polaroid photo taken by a friend during a trip to Costa Rica. Her friend had traveled there for a meaningful cause, helping with beach cleanups and assisting baby sea turtles. But during some downtime, she, a local guide, and another tourist decided to explore beyond the usual paths. Their curiosity led them deep into the forest, where they stumbled upon a long-abandoned tuberculosis hospital strictly off-limits, crumbling with decay and cloaked in an unsettling silence. Inside, the group wandered the desolate halls, taking Polaroid shots of the eerie graffiti-covered walls. Most of the photos were exactly what you'd expect, empty rooms and urban decay. But one stood out. In a dusty graffiti-stained room, a strange figure appeared in the developed image, gaunt, pale, with long black hair, wearing what looked like a hospital gown and staring from a window. The unsettling part? No one had seen anyone there when the photo was taken. To this day, they have no explanation for the figure. Just a photo and a memory none of them can forget. Every single day, without fail, this person's next-door neighbor does something truly bizarre. They peer into the yard through a narrow gap between the house and a large tree. Even after being caught in the act, they keep doing it like nothing ever happened. What kind of person behaves like that, and why? A Reddit user recently shared a photo from a peaceful trip to a forest in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where they were trying to capture a playful shot of a tree. However, upon zooming in, something strange caught their eye. A mysterious gray figure appeared to be standing at the edge of a fence. Some commenters speculated that the figure resembled a woman in Victorian-era clothing, possibly a nurse or housemaid. Given the area's rich Civil War history, could this be the spirit of a Civil War nurse still lingering in the woods? The Eerie discovery has sparked some fascinating theories. A haunting photo emerged from deep within an abandoned cabin near Skeleton Lake, and it's sending chills down spines. In the eerie image, a thick mist appears to take on a distinct shape, almost like a figure lurking in the cabin's faint light. But here's the unsettling part. According to the person who took the photo, the place was empty at the time. The uploader is now 23, and that cabin has stood untouched since their childhood. So what could have created the ghostly mist? And is it as empty as it seems? This person was going about their day when an unexpected Ring camera alert from the basement popped up on their phone. Curious, they checked the footage, only to be met with something downright eerie.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
A chilling message echoed, "Hi, you are currently being recorded." Then, from out of nowhere, a strange mist began descending from above. But it didn't just fall, it moved, almost as if it had a mind of its own, first drifting left, then slowly veering right. What made it all the more unsettling? The basement had no windows, no possible drafts or outside airflow. Whatever that mist was, it wasn't natural. Late Halloween night in Lockport, New York, a group of friends found themselves wandering near the entrance of a dark, quiet cave. The place felt empty and eerily still. One of them casually snapped a photo by the entrance, thinking nothing of it. But the next day, everything changed. As they scrolled through their pictures, one image stopped them cold. Standing right at the entrance, exactly where they had just been, was a shadowy figure. No one had seen anything. They had walked past that very spot seconds later, laughing, talking, completely unaware. Now, staring at the photo, a terrifying question haunted them. What else was out there that night? While exploring an old abandoned house on their property, a man and his stepdad stumbled onto something chilling. As his stepdad was prying bullets out of a wall, left behind from who knows what, the man snapped a quick photo. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Until later. Reviewing the pictures, he froze. Staring back at him were two eerily sharp, distinct faces that hadn't been there before. No one else had been with them, no mirrors, no photos, no tricks of the light. Just those ghostly, sorrowful expressions frozen in time. Locals have long whispered about the house's grim past. How, over 100 years ago, a father allegedly murdered his entire family within those very walls. Could these faces be remnants of that tragedy? A glitch seems unlikely. A haunting, far more plausible. Reddit user YourFriend16 just posted a 15-second clip called "This Video I Took at a Lake." It starts calmly, with the gentle sounds of nature on a peaceful hike. But out of nowhere, a blood-curdling scream shatters the silence. Maybe it was an animal. But there's something eerily human about it that'll send chills down your spine. This solo camping trip was supposed to be a survival challenge, but it quickly turned into something far more chilling. After kayaking deep into the wilderness, he set up camp beneath a makeshift shelter, bracing himself for a freezing night ahead. But the real test came the next morning. As he hiked back toward his kayak, something stopped him in his tracks.
Hello? Hello?
"Hello?" he called out. No answer, but someone or something was out there watching him. Panicked, he reached for his flashlight only to realize it was gone. And then, just as suddenly, the light he had seen flickered off. Silence gave way to the sound of snapping branches closing in. The only way back to his kayak was through the very spot where the light had been. Not willing to take the risk, he veered off and took a much longer route. When he finally reached the shore, the presence was gone. But the unsettling feeling of being watched, that stayed with him.
Oh shit! Corey!
About 9 years ago, someone was driving up Matt Helix in La Mesa, California, that's out in San Diego County, when they stopped to snap a few photos of that famous roundhouse, the one locals say might rotate. Just a casual outing, right? But here's where it gets creepy. Later that day, while reviewing the photos, boom, they noticed something strange hiding in the trees. It wasn't a shadow, it wasn't a trick of the light. It looked like a ghost. And not just any ghost. When they Googled Met Helix ghost, they stumbled upon the legend of the bride ghost of Met Helix. A chilling coincidence, or something more. They weren't ghost hunting. They weren't expecting anything paranormal. Just camping out, enjoying the view, and caught something they weren't prepared for. A few years back, one of my older relatives was out on one of her usual hikes. She's the kind of person who loves the quiet solitude of the mountains. The trail she takes winds through a remote area with no buildings, no people, just nature and history. There's even this ancient cave along the path, with roots going back to the Stone Age, the Ice Age, and Viking times. It's a stunning, eerie place. That day, she took a few photos, just like she always does, and later uploaded them to Facebook. Nothing unusual at first until people started commenting on one particular photo, asking who was walking with her. The thing is, she was completely alone. She zoomed in, and that's when she saw it. A distant figure, standing in the background. But here's the kicker. She hadn't seen or heard anyone out there. And she's not the type to fake something for attention. She doesn't even know how to edit photos. And frankly, she doesn't care for spooky stuff at all. If you take a look at the second photo, it's even clearer. She was just out hiking and snapping pics of the old Viking-era cave, and accidentally captured something or someone she can't explain. A backpacker was deep in the remote forests of Pennsylvania, camping solo, and documenting the trip with a few casual photos. Nothing seemed off at first, just trees, trails, and the peaceful stillness of the woods. But later that night, while reviewing the photos by the fire, he noticed something deeply unsettling. In the background of one image, there was a figure, still, pale, and if you look closely, completely naked. No clothes, no gear, no sign of civilization, just standing there, half hidden among the trees. He hadn't seen or heard anyone all day. So, who or what was watching him from the shadows? A solo hiker, miles away from civilization, deep in the woods. The silence of nature surrounds him when suddenly, a strange voice interrupts. Some believe it's an EVP, others think it's just a mumble. But what exactly is being said? One viewer swears they hear, "Ooh, son, what is this?" while another thinks it ends with the cryptic, "What is this?" Is it a mysterious voice from beyond or just the wind playing tricks? A well-known commenter praised the lack of leading in the post, applauding the fact that the question isn't swayed by assumptions, unlike some who claim to hear things like, "Ooh, Satan, how is the fizz?" But what do you hear? This chilling clip raises questions that remain unanswered. Who or what could be speaking in the background of this eerie video? Could it be someone or something that was never supposed to be found? And why, in a place so remote, would there be such a strange, unexplained sound? 2 weeks after moving into their new rental home in Kokshetau, Kazakhstan, this couple decided to take a quiet evening walk. The air was cool, the stars just beginning to show, but their destination? Not so peaceful. Right next to their new neighborhood lies the Essex Cemetery, an eerie, abandoned graveyard that hasn't been used since 1969. At the entrance stand, crumbling monuments honoring soldiers who died in Woodpecker, and deeper inside, a mass grave of Cossacks executed in 1914. They followed a hiking trail that runs alongside the cemetery. From the path, the old graveyard looked unsettling, overgrown, silent, almost like it was watching them. Curious, they took a few photos. But when they looked back at one of the pictures, they saw something. Something they hadn't noticed before. It wasn't part of the landscape. It wasn't a person. It wasn't supposed to be there. And now they're asking the same question we are. Who or what is that? While tearing through the woods on his dirt bike, this man suddenly heard something that made his blood run cold. The sound of a baby crying, completely alone in the middle of nowhere. In many cultures, this chilling sound is believed to be a lure used by jinn or other supernatural entities. Others fear it could be a sinister trap, possibly tied to human trafficking. The haunting cries sparked a terrifying dilemma. Do you stop and investigate, risking your safety, or keep riding and live with the guilt of what you might have left behind? What would you have done? This guy was just chilling in a hammock, having a peaceful moment, until one of his friends decided to spice things up.
Give me a push. Yeah, give me a good push.
This ain't scary at all.
Get this side and let them see.
This ain't scary at all.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Corey!
Baby.
I just fall! No, I didn't!
The blunt's fucking gone. Fuck!
I have enough for another blunt, bro.
Wait, my weed.
But just as he was getting cocky snap, out of nowhere the hammock gave out and Corey went flying straight down the hill. Luckily, he walked away without a scratch, but it definitely could have ended way worse. While hiking deep in the remote woods of Finland, this man stopped to snap a photo of the breathtaking landscape. But when he looked at the picture later, he was stunned. In the background, something or someone was there. He insists the area was empty when he took the shot. So what did he capture? Was someone silently watching him? Or did he unknowingly photograph something paranormal? A couple was driving through a remote stretch of Oregon when they stumbled upon something bizarre.
Look at this. There's... What the hell? Just randomly in the middle of the forest, in the middle of nowhere, this... I don't even know. Anyway. Okay, my husband is on it. It's crazy. Like, where did this come from?
Smack in the middle of a forest road, with no warning and no reason, stood a giant tree. Not just lying across the path, this thing was jammed upright into the ground like some kind of monument. "There's no sign of how it got here," she said. "No broken branches, no tire tracks, not even disturbed dirt on the hillside. It's just here, and it shouldn't be." She panned the camera to show her forerunner and the eerily quiet woods. Her husband had already climbed the massive trunk. It's solid. Whatever put it here meant for it to stay. Theories? Plenty. But one stood out. Given Oregon's long-standing connection to mysterious sightings and folklore, there was only one creature that came to mind: Bigfoot. And judging by the reaction online, they're not the only ones who think so. This has Bigfoot energy written all over it. While hiking deep in the eerie wilderness of New York's Catskill Mountains, two adventurers made a chilling discovery: a hidden cave concealing a grotesque statue. It appeared hand-carved with 6 rusted nails driven into its eyes and a grimy cord strangling its neck. The hikers described feeling an overwhelming sense of dread, yet, against their better judgment, they brought the statue home. They would soon regret it. Within days, their home was consumed by bizarre phenomena. Unexplained noises echoed through the halls, putrid smells hung in the air, and fleeting shadowy figures danced in the corners of their vision. The statue seemed to move on its own, and muddy footprints began appearing without cause. One night, they claimed to have seen a twisted, humanoid figure crouched silently in the darkness. This sinister artifact came to be known as the Crone. Eventually, it was transferred to a paranormal museum for safekeeping, but the chaos only followed. Staff reported sudden illnesses, violent seizures, and relentless disturbances. The Crone was so disruptive it had to be pulled from public view. Now there are plans to return it to the cave, its dark, rightful resting place. While out hiking through a quiet forest trail, a man stumbled upon something that sent chills down his spine, possibly an animal, arranged in unsettling patterns on the forest floor. It looked disturbingly intentional, almost like part of some ancient ritual. Spooked, he snapped a photo and got out of there fast. Later, he posted the image online, hoping someone could explain what he saw. Theories poured in. Some claimed it was a protective spirit totem. Others believed it was a warning to keep evil away. Whatever it was, one thing became clear to him: that Forest held secrets he wasn't ready to uncover. He never went back. While hiking through a remote, overgrown cemetery deep in the woods, a group of friends stumbled upon something chilling. Later, one of them shared their experience on Reddit, claiming they felt an eerie presence, as if something unseen was watching them. Then, out of the corner of their eye, they noticed it.
I can't tell. Yeah. Yep. I don't know what I saw. I thought it was a person.
A shadowy figure lurks in the bushes. Frozen with fear, they bolted. Who or what was out there alone in the dark? And more importantly, did they accidentally awaken something that was never meant to be disturbed? During Cuba's 2018 brush with Storm Alberto, torrential rains caused the Zaza River to swell and flood its banks. A group of curious hikers gathered on a nearby bridge, eager to witness the storm's raw power up close. But in an instant, Disaster struck.
Salió 1000 kilómetros, mírala. Contra una columna. Toma. ¿Qué otra voy? Mírala, wow. Mira. Esto sí es historia. ¡Vivo!
The bridge gave way beneath them, collapsing into the raging waters below with a roar of crashing debris. One man was nearly swept away but managed to leap to safety at the last second, narrowly avoiding the plunge. Miraculously, everyone made it out unharmed, but it was a terrifying reminder of just how unpredictable nature can be. While walking peacefully through the forest near Cardiff, South Wales, Nick Foster was filming his dog, Pop, as she wandered through the underbrush. But what began as a quiet nature stroll quickly took a chilling turn. As Pop explored ahead, Nick caught something strange on camera.
Squirrels. Up here. Come here. Come on. This way.
A pale figure moving silently between the trees. It was partially concealed by thick vegetation, but its unnatural motion and ghostly appearance made it stand out instantly. Later, when Nick reviewed the footage, the hairs on his neck stood up. The figure looked eerily like a ghostly soldier, helmeted and wearing a heavy coat, wandering as if lost in time. He couldn't shake the feeling that they hadn't been alone, and he wasn't the only one unsettled. Viewers who watched the video swore the figure resembled a World War-era soldier. Some even speculated that the woods might have once been the site of forgotten military activity. Given Cardiff's rich and often haunted history, with eerie landmarks like Castell Coch and Llandaff Cathedral frequently tied to ghost sightings, the idea didn't seem so far-fetched. Was it just a trick of the light? Or had Nick and Pop crossed paths with a spirit from another time? One night, a curious Reddit user wandered into an old graveyard in Cardiff and snapped a few eerie photos. But one picture stood out, capturing what looked like a ghostly figure standing near a large stone cross. At first, the user dismissed it as just a gravestone or a shadow. But after returning several times and trying to recreate the photo, nothing came close. Whether it's a trick of the light or something more supernatural, the chilling image has only deepened Cardiff's haunted reputation, leaving many to ask, was it the ghost of a long-lost monk? 18 years ago, John snapped a photo during a trip to a dense woodland. But when he looked back at the image, something chilling stood out. A ghostly figure barely visible among the trees. It looked like a man in a jacket, silently watching John from the shadows. Was it just a trick of the light and our mind's classic pareidolia? Or did John accidentally capture a real ghost on camera? What are the odds? A Reddit user recently shared a chilling encounter by Lake Colby in Cadiza, Florida. While fumbling with their phone camera to figure out the flash, they snapped a quick photo of two women standing in front of them, their tour guide, and a young woman in a baseball cap. But when they looked at the photo, something eerie stood out. Behind the young woman's shoulder was a faint but unmistakable face, one that didn't belong to anyone in their group. Disturbed, the user showed the picture to the young woman and her mother. The moment they saw it, both gasped. They claimed the face looked exactly like a close family friend who had died when the girl was just a child. Later, the family sent the Redditor an old photo of the deceased friend. The resemblance? Uncanny. A Reddit user recently shared a chilling photo snapped by their uncle's game camera near Crystal Mountain, Washington. At first glance, it's just a peaceful shot of a snow-covered forest, quiet, secluded, almost serene. But look closer, especially in the lower right corner, and things take a dark turn. There, partially hidden among the trees, is a strange figure, bald, with an unnerving grin that looks not quite human. Baffled and a bit creeped out, The user and their uncle uploaded the photo online, hoping someone might have an explanation. The reflection in the glass, just their uncle's buddy's finger, nothing supernatural there. But the figure in the forest? No one can agree on what it is? A ghost? Someone in a mask? Or could it be something else entirely? Something unknown, watching from the woods? A group of friends were enjoying a day trip to a quiet river in Pennsylvania. Everything felt normal, just laughs, sunshine, and a quick Snapchat selfie to capture the moment. But when they looked back at the photo later, their smiles vanished. In the background stood a ghostly figure that looked like a small, zombie-like girl. The group swore no one else had been near them. Digging into the town's past, they uncovered a chilling truth. Years ago, a young girl had drowned in that very river. After the trip, strange things started happening. Streetlights would flicker whenever they walked under them, first in Pennsylvania, then back home in Ohio. One friend even woke up with a mysterious gash on their neck, which vanished just as suddenly a few weeks later, right when the flickering lights finally stopped. Whether the story is fact or fiction, one thing's certain: the photo is terrifying.
Oh, no.
While camping and hunting in the great outdoors, a man captured a chilling photo of something strange lurking in the dark. In the middle of a vast open meadow, a faint, blurry figure can be seen. Its details unclear, but its presence undeniable. Since then, speculation has run wild. Was it just an animal, something more sinister, or perhaps an optical illusion? One thing is certain: it looks as though something, or someone, was watching. Could it have been an owl, or is there something more mysterious lurking out there? On March 3rd, 2023, in the quiet town of Mount Vernon, Georgia, a woman was casually snapping sunset photos of her brand new porch. At the time, everything seemed perfectly normal. But years later, while scrolling through those old pictures, her daughter spotted something bone-chilling: a shadowy figure standing silently on the porch. The home sits deep in Civil War territory, eerily nestled between two historic graveyards, Adams Cemetery and the Basil Connell family cemetery. Though there haven't been many reports of paranormal activity in the house, the woman admits to feeling unexplained cold spots from time to time. So, did she unknowingly capture a ghostly visitor from the past? During a carefree getaway in the woods, a group of friends snapped a cheerful photo inside their cozy cabin. But when the Polaroid developed, the mood shifted from fun to fear. In the background, just beyond the shadows of a dark doorway, two eerie hands appeared, reaching out as if trying to make their presence known. None of them had sensed anything unusual at the time, but after seeing that chilling detail, the thought of spending another night there became terrifying. While hiking through the Appalachian Mountains, a man stumbled upon something dangerously close, and if he hadn't noticed it in time, things could have gone very wrong.
Everybody that's never been in the mountains here in the Appalachia, however you want to pronounce it, I'll show y'all something. Look, now look out there. It looks safe to walk right through there. No problem, don't it? Check this out. I'm gonna walk. Just tell me when you see it. Tell me when you see it. You see it yet? Let's look. Right there in that stick. He's right there. There's his tail. There's his body. There's his head. Y'all be careful walking around these woods. And I work in it.
Right there, just off to the side, a timber rattlesnake. There's its tail, its body, and its head peeking out. That's one dangerous creature camouflaged perfectly in the brush. Timber rattlesnakes are no joke. They're highly venomous, and one bite can be fatal if you don't get medical help fast. Luckily, they're not looking for trouble and usually avoid humans, but if they feel threatened, they won't hesitate to strike. Stepping on one could have ended badly. But thanks to the hiker's sharp eyes and quick reflexes, he dodged a close call. Moral of the story? Always stay alert when you're in wild terrain like this. You never know what's lurking just out of sight. This old rural house was intentionally set on fire as part of a controlled burn supervised by the local fire department. Everything seemed to be going as planned, until the footage took a spine-chilling turn.
You should see it right now. It's amazing. Look through the window. It's like exploding. Hold your breath and go look. Just make sure you can get out because it's pretty cute. Did you look in the doorway?
Yeah, flames are coming out.
No, better not be.
Graham and Autumn better be out there. We're out. Oh, I'm anybody. Oh, I'm anybody. Oh, I'm anybody. Yeah, hey, Graham and Autumn, y'all get out.
Woo! It's getting out of hand right now. Hey, the water's dripping off the house. Is hot.
As the flames devoured the structure and onlookers watched from a safe distance, a shadowy humanoid figure suddenly appeared in one of the rooms. The figure was only visible for a moment, but it was enough to send shivers down spines and set the internet ablaze with speculation. Was it the spirit of someone who once lived there? A ghost trapped in its final moments? Or is there a more rational explanation hiding behind the smoke and shadows? A Reddit user recently shared a seemingly innocent photo of his nephew enjoying a sunny day at the KMA Boardwalk in Texas during a family trip. At first glance, it looked like a typical snapshot, just a happy kid soaking up the moment. But when viewers looked closer, something chilling stood out. Behind the boy was a dark, human-like figure uncannily similar in height and shape, almost as if it were mirroring him. Was it just a trick of motion blur? A camera glitch? Or could it be something far more unsettling? Something paranormal? A TikToker was filming at home when she heard a strange noise coming from downstairs. Curious and a little uneasy, she went to investigate. To her absolute shock, a bear had wandered into the house like it owned the place. It strolled straight into the kitchen, walked up to the fridge, opened it, and started casually browsing for snacks, completely unfazed by the stunned frozen humans nearby. Just when everyone thought the wild visitor was done, it suddenly stopped at the door, turned back around, and came back for a tortilla. The humans were terrified. The bear? Not even a little. While out camping with friends, TikTok user Kehoas captured something straight out of a nightmare. It started with distant, bone-chilling screams echoing through the forest.
I don't know.
That was a fucking child screaming.
Joe, listen.
Or like a fucking woman or something. That was a female fucking screaming. Phil? Please, please, please.
Oh, fuck.
No.
It's not a fucking closer, man.
A female voice, panicked, desperate, cried out. The voice grew more frantic. They were deep in the middle of nowhere, miles from civilization, armed only with flashlights and one guy's revolver. Strange shapes emerged behind a steel target. Figures? Shadows? No one could tell. Then, something even more disturbing. As they crept deeper into the woods, they discovered bizarre objects hanging from the trees, like a warning or ritual.
Dude, we're in the fucking middle of nowhere.
Dude, that sounds like some haunted ass shit, dude. What happened to the other steel target?
There's two. Hey, what the fuck
There's one right there on the ground.
What the fuck is that?
It's on the ground.
Look. The fuck is what?
That right there. What the fuck is that?
Dude, that's not. No.
Please tell me you guys are fucking with me. Oh! No!
And just when they thought things couldn't get worse, it happened. Later, while reviewing the footage, one of them noticed something horrifying. A pale face peeking out from behind a tree. Some viewers thought it might have been an owl, but others were sure it was something else paranormal. A banshee? A wendigo? Weeks later, Kehoas said strange things started happening back home. A book flew off a shelf on its own. Lights flickered. Had something followed him back? In another chilling video, a group exploring the Indonesian woods at night stumbled on something just as terrifying. A figure, completely cloaked in red, standing eerily still between the trees. Not moving, not speaking. Was it a person? A prop? A ghost? Honestly, both possibilities are terrifying. And then, the video cuts to black. No explanation, no answers, only questions. While enjoying a peaceful night by the campfire, this person suddenly heard something eerie echoing from the darkness. Some swore it sounded like a baby crying. Others guessed it might have been a fox, or even a cougar. But one chilling comment stood out. It could have been a skinwalker, a shape-shifting creature known to mimic human voices to lure victims into the woods. To this day, the uploader still doesn't know what they heard. Hopefully, it was just a wild animal, and not something far worse. Two friends were driving through the mountains late at night, searching for a spot to camp. The road was dark, quiet, and empty until it wasn't. As they filmed the eerie path ahead, their camera picked up something they never expected. Out of nowhere, a tall figure in a flowing red robe appeared, standing perfectly still in the middle of the road. No movement, no sound, just watching. They were miles from the nearest town, deep in the wilderness. The figure was unnaturally tall, too tall, and its clothing didn't look like anything a normal person would wear out there. Rattled to their core, the guys sped off, putting as much distance as possible between them and whatever that was. To this day, they have no idea who or what they saw. While walking through Saladin, Iraq, someone spotted something unusual in the sky, which at first seemed like just another bird. But as they zoomed in, the image became much stranger. It wasn't a bird at all. It was a humanoid figure, complete with legs, eerily hovering in place like a drone. The enhanced footage ruled out the usual suspects. It wasn't a balloon, a drone, or anything we've ever seen before. It looked unmistakably like a person. Some viewers even claimed they could make out a jetpack. Even more bizarre, similar sightings have been reported across the globe. So what are these mysterious figures, and why are they showing up now? One quiet afternoon, Reddit user Queso Amore was driving home when something strange caught their eye. A face staring out from the window of an old, abandoned building. At first, they brushed it off as a leftover Halloween decoration, until they took a photo. The moment the picture was snapped, the figure vanished. Disturbed but curious, they returned to the building 3 more times, hoping to catch another glimpse. But whatever or whoever they saw never appeared again. And here's the unnerving part. The window was positioned far too high for anyone to stand in it naturally, leaving behind an eerie, unanswered question that still gives people chills. While camping near a river, one Reddit user's friend snapped a chilling photo that they claim shows a ghostly figure. Cloaked in what looked like a robe, the figure reportedly moved swiftly and silently, details that made the encounter feel eerily supernatural. Even more unsettling? The friend had already seen the figure twice before finally capturing it on camera. While skeptics were quick to dismiss it, others couldn't help but be captivated. So, what do you think? Was it just a trick of the light, or did they catch a real ghost on film? While hiking through the wilds of Australia, someone looked up and spotted something strange streaking across the sky. A scud cloud. These eerie, ragged-looking formations often hover below massive storm systems, sometimes looking completely detached and racing ahead of the storm itself. They might seem like a sign of something dangerous, but don't let their creepy vibe fool you. Scud clouds are harmless. They're just a product of rising humidity and nearby thunderstorms. No severe weather, just nature showing off. In the early 1930s, deep in the remote wilderness of Alaska, a man set off on a routine trek toward a nearby lake. But along the way, something caught his eye, something unnatural. A bizarre, unidentifiable creature darted through the rugged terrain, unlike anything he'd ever seen. Heart pounding, he gave chase, managing to snap a single photograph before it vanished into the wild. Living miles from the nearest town, he couldn't develop the film right away. It would sit untouched for nearly 4 months. And when he finally saw the image, what he had captured would haunt him for the rest of his life. Decades later, his grandson would inherit both the eerie photograph and the chilling story that came with it. And what he discovered might just send shivers down your spine. Around 5 a.m., a Reddit user's security camera picked up something downright chilling. The motion sensor was set off by what appears to be a ghostly figure gliding across the frame. Some Redditors swear it's a full-body apparition, while skeptics argue there's got to be a logical explanation. The footage is grainy and brief, just enough to spark debate. But really, what else could it be?
Nope, 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 nope.
While exploring the vast emptiness of the desert, a Reddit user stumbled upon something unexpected. A dusty journal half buried in the sand. At first glance, it seemed like nothing more than a forgotten stack of college notes. But when they turned to the last page, everything changed. There, written in shaky handwriting, was a heartfelt thank you and an emotional farewell to someone who had made college unforgettable. Below was a list of people to contact, and all of the person's passwords on the back. 3 names were mentioned, individuals seemingly tied to the story. It read less like an ending to a class project and more like a final goodbye. Many believed it was a suicide note. Shaken, the Redditor contacted the authorities, hoping they had just uncovered the missing piece in a cold case no one had solved until now. While walking past an old, crumbling building in the Scottish countryside, a group of men suddenly heard loud, echoing bangs coming from the back. Intrigued and a little spooked, they crept around to investigate. But when they got there, nothing. Not a soul in sight. One of the men stood still, eyes scanning the eerie silence. That's when it happened.
You think it's a ghost?
It is a ghost.
It's just a wind.
Mate. Must be a ghost.
No, it's a wind.
No, it's a ghost.
Let's go. fucking go. There's nothing else there. What else could it be?
Strangely, the trees stood perfectly still, with no breeze, no rustling leaves, and no sign of wind at all. So what was it? A restless spirit lingering in the shadows, just as they feared, or something else entirely? Friends were filming themselves rapping deep in the forest when things suddenly took a wild turn.
Puri baikor, tight gun, shotgun, hate loya chol. Gulite gulite pola tight kore shor. Keja porte gele hala shot deয় তোর তার চিরা মাথা গরম আমার পিস্তল লোড আবার বাড়ি পুরা ঢাকা আসি মুটলির ডোট বয় যখন 1-8
Out of nowhere, a furious swarm of bees launched a full-on attack. Chaos. In a situation like that, if you don't move fast, you're in danger. Thankfully, they managed to escape without any major injuries, but it took them a while before they could even recover their phone. Nature wasn't playing around. Sunshineable was out in the woods filming a fun TikTok video to showcase her outfit when something chilling happened.
Nope.
As she danced and twirled, her camera unknowingly captured a dark, shadowy figure lurking in the background, covered in black fur, watching her intently. Before she could even process what she'd seen, the figure quickly vanished into the trees. Panicking, Sunshineable snatched up her phone and bolted, heart racing. Some believe the mysterious figure could be a juvenile Bigfoot, while others think it's just someone in a costume playing a prank. Given Sunshineable's reputation for creating authentic, unstaged content, many are left wondering, is this an eerie encounter caught on camera, or just another trick of the woods? The truth remains a mystery. On February 10th, 2012, a group of hikers ventured deep into the snowy forests of Finland. As they made their way along a remote trail, a chilling metallic hum suddenly echoed through the air, not from the woods around them, but from above.
Mistä vitusta toi tulee?
The sound was eerie, mechanical, and unlike anything they had ever heard. Frozen in place, the hikers recorded the bizarre noise as it droned on for nearly 10 minutes. It didn't match any known animal, machine, or natural phenomenon. To this day, no one knows what caused it, and the mystery remains unsolved. While strolling through the garden of his apartment complex, the man casually snapped a few photos, just testing the shutter sound, clicking without much thought or focus. He wasn't trying to capture anything special, but out of the 5 shots he took, one image stood out. And not in a good way. Something or someone appeared in the frame. He hadn't noticed anything strange at the time. No movement, no figures lurking in the background. So what was it? Just pareidolia messing with his mind? Or had he accidentally captured something far more unsettling? A man stumbled upon something strange tucked away inside a tree, and instead of investigating further, he pulled out his phone and started filming. Rather than exploring nearby trees, he uploaded the video online, joking that he might have uncovered a leprechaun's secret stash. After all, Irish legends say leprechauns hide their gold deep in forests or at the end of rainbows. But something about this felt different. Like someone hid it there for a reason only they understand. What was it? While hiking through Queensland, Australia, a man came across a parked car and noticed something bizarre. A massive, greasy handprint smeared across the back window. What caught his attention wasn't just the size, but the strange, oily residue, something often linked to the elusive Yowie, Australia's answer to Bigfoot. Even weirder, the thumb sat unusually low, more like an ape's hand than a human's. In one of the photos, a regular human hand can be seen for scale, and while it's not crystal clear, the size difference is hard to ignore. With similar mysterious prints reported all over the world, it's enough to make you wonder, what left that mark? An explorer recently ventured into an abandoned building near a cemetery, and what he found nearly made his heart stop.
I don't know if I should say anything just yet, but look.
At first glance, it looked like something straight out of a horror movie. A half-open coffin resting in the middle of the room, with what appeared to be a freshly deceased body inside. For a moment, he was frozen in disbelief. Was this real? Turns out it wasn't. The entire setup was an insanely detailed prank, designed to terrify anyone bold enough to step inside. And honestly, it worked. Even he had to admit it had him fooled for a second. Still, props to whoever pulled this off, and wish him luck, because he's still exploring the place. A cemetery groundskeeper recently shared a chilling discovery that has the internet buzzing. According to him, a fellow employee stumbled upon something deeply unsettling on the far western edge of the graveyard, a strange, foul-smelling object tucked away near a tree. While some coworkers felt an eerie discomfort, Odin's Raven believed the item had spiritual weight and should be left alone. Then another Redditor weighed in with a theory that sent shivers down spines. The object might be part of a dark ritual. They claimed it contained a bird's heart and liver, mixed with feces, all wrapped in a sock that belonged to someone buried nearby. Piercing the sock were two knives, one allegedly used to kill the bird, the other to pin the soul. The purpose? One knife to bind the person's spirit to the cemetery, the other to cut their connection to the afterlife. In short, they believed this was a curse meant to trap a soul on Earth and doom it to eternal unrest. Could this be the real reason behind the strange artifact? Or is it just internet lore gone too far? The video opens on a chilling shot, a tombstone marked Maria Melgar, with a cross eerily formed from punched-out holes. The cameraman and his friend exchange uneasy glances, wondering what was once placed there. As the camera slowly pans back, one of them points to a grave in the distance, his brother's final resting place. But then they see it.
What the hell? Since when are the Mormons in a Christian graveyard? No, this isn't a Christian graveyard. What the hell is that? What the hell is he doing over there, though? Why is he right in front of my brother's grave?
A tall, slender figure in a suit, motionless in front of the grave, faceless, silent, watching. What happened next? No one truly knows. Amy Pendleton from New Hampshire believes she may have captured something truly eerie on camera at the infamous Gillson Cemetery in Nashua, a place long wrapped in ghost stories and local legends. In a TikTok video she posted, a 360-degree scan of the graveyard reveals a strange, shadowy figure lurking nearby.
Do me a favor, go to Google Maps right now from wherever you are. Put in Gillson Cemetery, Nashua, New Hampshire. It is a historical site, rumored to be haunted, blah, blah. Go on Street View, take a 360, and take a little stroll down the road. Just look. There's a ghost right there.
Some skeptics shrug it off as a blurry passerby, but Amy can't shake the feeling that it might be something more, something supernatural. Gillson Cemetery has long been the center of chilling tales, whispers of a ghostly woman in white, the cries of a wandering baby, and now, possibly, a new spirit caught on film. This eerie photo was snapped on June 29, 2013, at exactly 8:02 a.m. by a motion-activated trail camera. In the frame, a tall, shadowy figure stands upright near a hunting blind, appearing in just one shot, then vanishing from others taken just minutes apart. That rules out tricks of light or drifting shadows. Whatever it was, it moved. Enhanced images show what looks like broad shoulders, defined chest muscles, and even bare patches on the face. Using 3 different measurement methods, experts estimate its height between 6.6 and 6'10". Too tall for your average person, but right in line with something else. Could this be a Sasquatch? What else fits the bill? Kuheli ignited a fiery debate online after posting a clip from Loon Season 7, claiming it might show Bigfoot caught on camera.
Thought I heard something.
We gotta get the hell moving. We gotta get the hell moving. We gotta get the hell moving.
Some viewers insist it's nothing more than an elk, citing what looks like a white rump, but others aren't so sure, arguing the creature's gait is way too primate-like to dismiss. The problem? The figure stays just far enough away to keep the mystery alive, fueling speculation rather than settling it. Tempo Off-Road recently shared a mysterious trail camera photo from an elderly family member in Kentucky, and it's got the internet buzzing. Some swear it's Bigfoot, others argue it's a skunk ape. But here's the twist. The creature looks eerily like a regular gorilla. And last we checked, gorillas don't just wander the woods of Kentucky. So what is it? A cryptid? Or an escaped zoo animal? In 2018, a woman snapped an eerie photo in her backyard in Boone, North Carolina. The image shows a tall humanoid figure partially concealed by trees, almost blending seamlessly with the forest. For many, this unsettling photo only adds fuel to the fire of growing evidence suggesting the existence of elusive forest dwellers. However, one sharp-eyed observer noticed something strange. A center line running down the figure's body that looks strikingly like the seam of a zipper. Could this be proof of a mysterious creature or just someone in a suit? At first glance, this 2007 photo taken near Nashville, Tennessee, seems like a charming snapshot of 2 young friends casually strolling down a serene, tree-lined path. But upon closer inspection, something eerie emerges. Just ahead of the children, a faint, ghostly figure resembling a child appears to materialize from the mist. Some even claim there's another shadowy presence lurking further down the road. With the land once home to a plantation before the Civil War, the chilling question remains. Could these mysterious figures be lingering spirits from a troubled past that simply refuse to fade away? While hiking along a serene trail in the heart of Essex Village, a man was simply recording the peaceful beauty of nature. However, when he later watched the footage, something unsettling caught his eye. For a brief moment, a ghostly, smoke-like figure materialized in the frame, its head and hands faintly visible before vanishing into the air. Locals are speculating that it could be the legendary village spirit, a figure deeply woven into the village's folklore. But is this a genuine paranormal encounter? Or could there be a more logical explanation lurking just beneath the surface? One fateful night, deep in the heart of Mexico's dense wilderness, a lone hiker stumbled upon an unsettling sight. As he navigated through the dark, whispering woods, something caught his eye high up in the trees. There, amidst the shadows, loomed a figure that appeared disturbingly human. Yet something about it was undeniably off. What did he truly witness that night? Was it a fleeting glimpse of something otherworldly lurking in the treetops? Or was it merely an elaborate trick designed to send chills down his spine? It was a quiet night, just a group of friends unwinding, when something eerie broke the calm.
What is that? Guys, what is... Oh, shit. What the...
Emerging from the darkness was a face pale, hairless, and unmistakably not human. The tension was thick, hearts pounding, but then, without warning, the footage cuts. No explanation. No clue. What happened next? That's a mystery that still sends chills down their spines.
Oh my gosh, I gotta get back inside.
Sérieux, une herse accrochée à un arbre, mais c'est quoi ce bordel? Oh, putain, regardez-moi cette installation de fou, sérieux.
Around 7:21 a.m., while photographing the still waters of the Thames, a Reddit user's brother's partner, an experienced photographer, captured something eerie. In the image, a faint human-like figure appeared in the water. She was adamant that no one was there when she took the shot. Had there been, she wouldn't have even pressed the shutter. At first, the photographer thought it might just be a duck or a swan, but both she and her partner confirmed no birds, no people, nothing was there. And yet, the strange figure lingered in the photo, unexplained. While exploring a beach in Kauai, a Reddit user and their friend Amber stumbled upon something unexpected. Right where Amber was standing, the sand sloped down into what looked like a sharp corner, almost like the edge of a buried wall, or possibly even a door?
Cool, so at the edge where Amber's feet are though, kind of, it goes into a corner. A what, Amber? Corner. Like a corner? So we don't know if it's like a door or what, but we haven't found the end of it. And all we have is that shovel.
And it's deep.
We have is that shovel in our hands, and it's taking a while. We're trying to see if we see any writing on it or something.
Nothing here.
We need a big ass shovel. But this is pretty cool though, I mean.
Yeah.
They couldn't find the end of it. All they had was a single shovel and determination. After hours of digging, the massive concrete structure still refused to reveal its bottom. As the sun began to set, they had to stop, leaving only a small part visible above the sand. No markings, no symbols, no clues, just a giant, mysterious object buried on the beach, its purpose and origin completely unknown. Got any theories? Drop them in the comments. We're dying to know what you think this could be. While hiking the Appalachian Trail in North Carolina, a woman paused to snap a quick photo of the morning fog illuminated by the rising sun. Everything seemed calm, quiet, even peaceful. But when she later looked at the picture, something chilling caught her eye. Through the mist, barely visible, was the silhouette of a figure standing alone on the trail. She was sure no one had been ahead of her. The path had been silent, deserted. So, who or what was out there that morning? This guy was exploring Pokémon Forest, one of the most haunted places in America, infamous for its eerie history of vanishings and unsolved murders. While filming and talking about the forest, he suddenly got that spine-tingling sensation, like he wasn't alone. Then, it happened.
Algo hay aquí porque nomás de repente es un silencio total. ¿Oyeron? ¿Oyeron?
Right behind him, something, or someone, seemed to be moving in the trees. He never turned around. He never found out what was lurking out there that day. And honestly, maybe that's what saved him. Late one night, deep in the Appalachian region, a woman and her child were startled by strange, unexplainable sounds echoing from their yard.
I just heard some really strange noises outside, so I'm just gonna take a quick look. I live in Appalachia, so this is probably not a great idea. What is that? I don't even know. I guess I'll just take a quick look.
Curiosity tugged at her, but caution lingered in her mind. Still, she grabbed her phone and stepped outside. At first, nothing seemed out of place. But then, something caught her eye. The air around her felt heavy, like it was holding its breath.
I don't even know. I guess I'll just take a quick look.
Where did that skull go?
There's a skull there? Oh my gosh. What the heck? Why is there a skull here? Hello? Hello? Oh my gosh, I gotta get back inside.
Without waiting to learn more, she bolted back inside, slammed the door, and locked it tight. Had someone deliberately placed the skull there to scare her? Or was something far more sinister unfolding in the shadows of the Appalachians that night? While hiking deep in the mountains, this person stumbled upon something truly chilling, a forgotten clearing hidden far from any trail, filled with weathered graves dating back to the 1800s. Even more disturbing, most of the headstones belonged to children. Why were these graves placed in such a remote, isolated spot? And what tragic event could have claimed the lives of so many young souls all at once? While hiking the Appalachian Trail, a Reddit user stumbled upon something truly bizarre, a pair of wings, likely from a pileated woodpecker, tied together with fishing line. They weren't just discarded on the forest floor, they were fastened to a pine cone and wedged carefully into the trunk of a tree. It didn't feel like a random discovery. It felt deliberate. Was it part of some strange ritual? A warning left behind? The mystery was as unsettling as it was fascinating. While cruising through a forest trail on his bike, this man stumbled into something straight out of a nightmare, a booby trap.
Sérieux, une herse accrochée à un arbre, mais c'est quoi ce bordel? Ah putain, regardez-moi cette installation de fou, sérieux. Et merde! Non! Me dis pas que je suis filmé! Ah putain, allez, heureusement que j'ai toujours mes petits gadgets avec moi. Hop là! Viens par là, toi. Voilà, ça t'apprendra à me filmer. Putain. Sérieux, mais faut vraiment être un fou pour faire ce genre de piège. Hein. Putain. Bon, je vais vite couper ça. Ça évitera que quelqu'un d'autre se le prenne. Tika, voilà. Là, tu me feras plus chier. Oh putain. Allez.
Deliberately set up right on the path. The big question is, why would someone do this? Some believe he may have unknowingly ridden onto private property, and the trap was a cruel way to keep bikers out. That theory alone is chilling. Others think it was all staged for internet clout, a viral stunt gone too far. Let's hope that's the case, because sadly, this isn't the first time something this unsettling has happened in the woods. A Reddit user recently recounted a chilling experience from their friend's remote home in the Appalachian Mountains. A man had been staying there when things took a strange turn. For 3 nights in a row, at exactly 3:18 a.m., there were 3 distinct knocks on the front door each time, without fail. The dogs would erupt in a frenzy, barking at something unseen. And then, just as suddenly, everything would go dead silent. An overwhelming sense of being watched crept in, lingering even during the day. On the 3rd night, his friend decided to snap a photo outside. When they adjusted the lighting, the image didn't offer much clarity, but one thing was certain. There was something out there. Something watching. Something waiting. But what was it? Adrian Montenegro. 02 thought he was just capturing a wholesome family moment during a trip to the mountains near Monterrey, Mexico. The video shows a peaceful scene, someone gently swinging surrounded by nature. But when the family watched the footage later, they noticed something chilling. In the background, a pale, human-like figure can be seen lurking near the tree line, barely moving, almost like it was watching them, or hiding. Since the clip was posted, viewers have gone wild with theories. Some are convinced it's a skinwalker straight out of native folklore, while others believe it might just be a recluse or homeless person living off-grid. So what do you see an eerie legend come to life, or something more explainable? 4 friends ventured into the heart of a dense forest, drawn once again to a crumbling, long-abandoned castle, a place where, on a past visit, strange and chilling events had already shaken them. But this time, they came prepared. Flashlights in hand, cameras rolling, and a cross tucked into a backpack, just in case. The moment they crossed the threshold, everything changed. The air turned heavy, almost suffocating, pressing down on their chests. Goosebumps raced across their skin as a cold shiver snaked down each spine. They laughed it off at first, nervous jokes masking the growing tension, but something was undeniably wrong. As they explored the dark, echoing halls, the atmosphere thickened. Their unease turned to dread. Later, while reviewing the stairwell footage, they spotted what they'd missed in the moment. A shadowy figure lurking just beyond the corner. Watching. Still, they pressed on, determined to reach the attic. That's when the whispers began. A woman's voice, soft and clear, drifting through the air like it was meant only for them. Shaken but alive, they made their way back to the car, only to glance back one final time. And there, staring from an attic window, were glowing yellow eyes, horned, unblinking, and burning through the darkness. They ran, fast. None of them have ever returned. And to this day, they still wonder, what did they really see in that castle? While wandering through the lonely backroads of West Texas, a man stumbled upon a sight that sent chills down his spine. In the distance, standing dead still on a deserted lease road, was a mysterious figure draped in a long white gown. Something about it felt deeply wrong, unnatural. As he cautiously approached, the figure vanished right before his eyes, dissolving into the air without a trace. It wasn't a statue. It wasn't a person. So what was it? While out walking his dog in the remote Appalachian woods near his home, a Reddit user stumbled upon something deeply unsettling. Driven by curiosity, he brought it back with him, but the stench was unbearable, and he quickly tossed it before his dog could get too close. Probably a wise move, because whatever it was didn't just smell foul, it looked evil. Was it some form of witchcraft? or something even darker? A few years back, a Reddit user took a peaceful solo stroll along the beach under the glow of a full moon. The night felt calm, serene, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. But just recently, while revisiting a photo from that evening, they spotted something chilling. In the bottom right corner of the image lurked a dark, humanoid figure. The user swears no one else was nearby. Still, as unsettling as it is, there's always that slim chance it was just another person, right? A group of fishermen were stunned when they discovered a man calmly perched on a small floating patch in the middle of the ocean off the coast of Beas. Despite being stranded in a life-or-death situation, he radiated an eerie sense of calm as if he had all the time in the world. There were no signs of panic, no cries for help, just quiet composure in the face of danger. How he ended up there remains a mystery, but his surreal stillness is what truly left everyone speechless. Thankfully, rescuers reached him in time and brought him back to safety. But one question lingers. Who was this man? A family was enjoying a peaceful day by the shore, snapping a photo of their daughter to capture the moment. But when they looked at the picture, something was off. Behind her stood a strange, pitch-black shadow, unnaturally dark, with no clear source and nothing nearby that could have cast it. It wasn't just eerie, it felt wrong. A camera glitch or something far more unsettling. Back in 2022, a Reddit user posted a chilling photo from a fog-covered beach in Cape Cod. The image captured what looked like a figure rising straight out of the misty ocean and into the sky. It wasn't just fog or a weird lighting effect. It looked human, almost supernatural, too clear to be a coincidence. So what was it? A trick of the light, pareidolia, or something else entirely? During a chilling paranormal investigation at one of the most infamous haunted sites, something truly unsettling occurred. Out of nowhere, a metal rod levitated into the air, then crashed to the floor. It happened just behind the medium, sending a wave of shock through the entire team. Without wasting a second, they raced upstairs to check the footage, eager to uncover the truth. Was it just coincidence, or had a spirit just revealed itself? While out on a trip, this man checked his trail camera and what he found was chilling. For 3 nights straight, a tall, thin white figure appeared in the footage. The strangest part? The dogs didn't react at all. No barking, no growling, nothing. If it were a person or even an animal, wouldn't they have gone crazy? There was no pole, no tree, nothing that could have cast such a shape. So what was it? Paranormal activity? Or just an eerie trick of the light? You decide. While hiking through the eerie silence of Bell Island, Newfoundland, a place known for its long-abandoned iron ore mines, a traveler captured a series of photos. At first glance, everything looked normal, but later, one image brought them to a dead stop. In the frame stood a mysterious figure, appearing to wear an old miner's helmet, light and all. It wasn't a blur, it wasn't a bug, and according to the hiker, they were completely alone when the photo was taken. Could it have been another visitor hidden from view? A trick of sunlight through the trees? Or something else entirely, something that never left the mines? There's no second photo to double-check, no way to go back, just that lingering, skin-prickling feeling that whatever it was, it didn't want to be forgotten. If you liked that video, make sure to check out the Dare to Watch YouTube channel, where we have tons of videos just like this. And if you want to see our latest scary hiking encounters, make sure to click subscribe so you'll get notifications.